Right, lunch adjournment at the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee looking into allegations of infiltration of the criminal justice system by syndicates. Now, before the committee today is forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan. A rocky start to proceedings many would have seen, with some parliamentarians seeking the expungement of paragraph 3 of O'Sullivan's affidavit. Paragraph 3, of course, in his statement stating that for security reasons, O'Sullivan will not engage in discussions concerning his family, his background, education, or his business interests in South Africa overseas prior to 1990. Now, after a bit of a back and forth, the committee resolving that O'Sullivan would proceed, but MPs will not restrict themselves to post-1990 questions, which is seemingly happening. Now, beyond that, the committee has received confirmation from O'Sullivan that he is a citizen of 3 countries, namely Ireland, Britain and South Africa, and as a result thereof holds 3 passports. Now, O'Sullivan also revealing that he studied electronic and electrical engineering in the United Kingdom, also becoming a police reservist shortly after arriving in South Africa, very invested and involved in policing, as we've heard, even later on becoming a lecturer at the Police Training Centre, lecturing a large number of police reservists in training, if you will, training them in, among others, crime investigation, the Constitution and ethics, but emphasising there that more of importance to him was the Bill of Rights. Now, among the students at one point was now President Cyril Ramaphosa, who at the time was not a politician but a businessman. And as we know, Ramaphosa was among the drafters of the Constitution. That aspect of O'Sullivan's testimony being a trainer, now being quite the point of debate, where some politicians, MPs there, have sought to emphasize that he lacked the qualifications to train them, specifically even if you had a man such as President Cyril Ramaphosa being one of your students who himself had participated in the drafting of that Constitution. So quite a lot of back and forth around that, but more to take place, so at least we'll hear more after 2 p.m. More news on the other side of this break. All right, let's actually continue this conversation. Before we go to the ad break, we give you more developments around the Ad Hoc Committee. We cross to SABC News reporter Abra Barbier, who's in Cape Town for us. Good afternoon, Abra. A rocky start to the proceedings, with MPs seemingly taking exception to the specific wording in Paul O'Sullivan's affidavit. But before we get to that affidavit, let's start with O'Sullivan's arrival. Did you catch a glimpse of the security detail that's being reported to have been quite massive?
You seem to have summed everything up quite nicely there, so I don't know what more I can add to that. But I myself did not catch the security. I came in a little bit later. I was told he arrived here at around 8:30. Of course, all the media houses, including SABC, rushed to him to grab him to get interviews. What I can tell you is I did speak to some of the parliamentary security personnel who played a big role in dealing with getting him here today, and he was apparently brought here to the venue yesterday already, so that they could give him a walkabout of the venue to show him where he would be seated and what kind of security arrangements are in place, just to give him peace of mind, I assume. And then also there's a whole section behind Mr. O'Sullivan at the moment inside the Good Hope Chamber where no one else is apparently allowed to sit. So there's a whole section behind him that's currently open. Normally we can sit wherever we want. Obviously we can't sit where the MPs are sitting, but today we cannot sit in the whole cordoned off area behind Mr. O'Sullivan. I did hear rumblings about extra security escorting him to Parliament. We are yet to confirm that because it could be for whatever other reason, but I am told that there were a bunch of VIP motorbikes or vehicles outside, but like I say, we are yet to confirm whether that was here for him. One of the MPs did indicate to me that she also witnessed this and that she plans to ask the question if those vehicles were in fact intended for his security and his comfort. Another thing that I can tell you is that yes, while we have Mr. O'Sullivan here today and between him and the parliamentary security team, They sorted out exactly what kind of protection he would have today. It seems that Mr. Brown Mogotsi, that is still a sticking point, because he's apparently giving Parliament a little bit of a hard time when it comes to security. It's not clear exactly what he wants, but they are in discussion with Mr. Mogotsi about his security detail when he gets here. I forgot to mention that there is a gentleman in the chambers who has been identified as a personal security, somebody who's part of Mr. O'Sullivan's personal security team. That's just one gentleman. In fact, it was EFF leader, yes, Julius Malema, who wanted clarity on who Mr. O'Sullivan had brought along with him here today, and that is when he alerted the committee that he had brought a member of his own security team here today to assist Parliament in taking care of his security needs. Mfundo?
Well, I suppose perhaps it will be slightly easier now that there's precedence when it comes to the security aspect, at least easier to bring in Brown Mogotsi. But thank you very much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Abra Barbier in Cape Town for us continuing to monitor the Ad Hoc Committee's proceedings.